Hey trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXE Track Time. Please remember to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Please also head on over to Instagram and give me a follow there as well. The link will be in the description. Alright, so trackies, I know this is a video that everybody has been dying for me to do, but trackies, I told y'all. Listen, this athlete, literally came out of nowhere and shocked me entirely. And I was like, I need some time to digest who this athlete is and of course, what I believe he could potentially do based on the vibe I get from him going forward. Now, Trackies, clearly I'm talking about Kishane Thompson. And at this particular moment, Trackies, I'm ready to discuss Kishane Thompson. Yes. Now, yes, it's only been a few months, but still, I've kind of, hit upon something. And I really, really want to share it with you guys going into 2024. Now, Trackies, I believe that Stephen Francis is over there cooking up a monster that could be virtually, potentially much better than Asafa Powell. Yes, Trackies, you heard it. Much better than the former world record holder, Jamaica's very own Asafa Powell, the sub 10 king. But Trackies, follow me down this rabbit hole and I'll tell you why I believe that Kishane Thompson could end up being a much better version. Or, you know what? I don't want to say Asafa Powell 2.0, but that coaches get better over time once they're coaching and see things that they could have done better. I believe that whatever Stephen Francis was coaching Asafa Powell back in the day, he has improved on that and he's now going to create a monster in Kishane Thompson that's going to end up superseding, in my opinion, times that Asafa Powell has run and of course become a major, major factor in world sprinting in the men's 100 meters. So, track is when I look back at Asafa Powell back in 2004, I would say he was roughly around the same age as Kishane Thompson is right now. You could say give or take a few months slash a year. Track is but still roughly the same age. So right now Kishane Thompson is 22. Track is so with that said, right now Kishane Thompson is a 9.85 second sprinter. And then back in 2004, Asafa Powell was a 9.87 seconds sprinter. But what I found interesting about these two athletes in terms of their performances was that Asafa Powell was building into 2004. So we could see from back into even 2003, he was running a lot of 100 meters. So he didn't really come out of nowhere. You could say his times really shocked us back in 2004, but still, he didn't really quote unquote come out of nowhere and just shock you because you could see the growth, the consistent performances from Asafa from all the way back in 2003. Even 2002, you may even say track is, but you could see the constant incremental growth from him, before he got to that eventual 9.87 seconds. But track is for Kishane Thompson, it's completely different. He was in high school back in 2020, I believe, before he joined MVP trackies. And one thing to note is that apparently he is very, very injury prone. So he was not able to train the way, a typical athlete, just starting out would be able to train. And as such, clearly not able to run as much races. But in 2023 that we see here, trackies, he came out firing, shocking everybody. 9.91 seconds out of nowhere, right, trackies? But then, that was it for the rounds. No more running at our national championships. Then, of course, we heard from Stephen Francis saying, listen, he's fine, but we're only preparing him for one-off runs. So interesting to me, trackies, is that with only a handful of races, trackies, Kishane Thompson was able to get all the way down to 9.85 seconds towards the end of this 2023 season. And also towards the end of the 2004 season, trackies, Asafa Powell was able to run 9.87 seconds. So that is pretty much what we see happening for both athletes, trackies, in what we would consider their breakout year. But as I said, most interesting of note is that Asafa Powell was building. He didn't just, go from nothing to something, trackies. He literally was a 10.12 sprinter in 2002. Then in 2003, he was a 10.02 athlete. Then in 2004, he was a 9.87 second sprinter. Then when we go and look at Kishane Thompson, trackies, there's not much progression to talk about because, again, as I said, he literally is just beginning. There's a blank year for him in 2021. But he gone from running 10.21 seconds in 2022 to 9.85 seconds in 2023. Trackies, that is a huge gap. In sprinting terms, that's a lot, trackies, especially again for an athlete that is not able to, or, prior to this 2023 season, not able to run as much because, again, he is injury prone. Now, trackies, when I think about the fact that in just a handful of races, he's been able to go to 9.85 seconds. And what's going to happen when he has a full season as is expected in 2024? Based on what Stephen Francis is saying, he sounds to me like he's preparing Kishane Thompson for the Olympic year, which means that track is in this Olympic year, we are going to see a Kishane Thompson that's able to train with the regular regimen, whatever that regular regimen is for 100-meter sprinters. He'll be able to hopefully manage that track is. And once he's able to manage that track is, we are going to see potentially much faster times. No, I talked about Asafa Poel back in 2004 running 9.87. No, right after that track is, Asafa went straight into breaking the world record, running 9.77 seconds the following year. So track is Asafa with incremental growth was able to go from 9.87 seconds to 9.77 seconds. You can see the growth and, of course, the consistency. Though when you look at Kishane Thompson, that has not been able to race as much as Asafa Poel, but still being able to lay down super fast times. What do you think is going to happen in 2024? Well, track is, I'm going to say no. Kishane Thompson is going to come out a monster of an athlete. Now, back then, Asafa was running 9.77. But track is, with all of this better coaching, again, coaches grow and develop as well. He could potentially, track is, be in the low 9.7s next season, potentially even a 9.6. Track is, it's crazy, but here why? We all know that Asafa Powell not only, is sub 10 king, trackies, but he is also known for something else, trackies. Arguable trackies, and arguably by, maybe non-Jamaicans because they're trying to eke in, their favorite sprinters, but who cares? But I believe that most Jamaicans think that Asafa Powell is the best technical 100-meter sprinter ever, right? And this has always been the case for Asafa Poel. From back in the day when I was watching him on my TV screen, trackies, he's always been a technically phenomenal sprinter over that 100-meter distance. Now, when we go over this and we look at Kishane now, trackies, Kishane reached this yet? Kishane has not reached that level in terms of technicality over that sprinting distance just yet. There, in my opinion, is a lot of room for improvement. So when I think about the room for improvement technically over the event, plus, getting a full season in of training track is, what do we think will happen with Kishane Thompson in 2024? Wow, Trackies, I'm shuddering just thinking about the possibilities. Now, Trackies, clearly, I'm excited for this new athlete that has now come on the scene and the potential he has for the future. However, there's one thing that I have to note, and is that for all of this to work, is that Kishane Thompson will have to remain healthy. As I did indicate earlier on in the video, Kishane Thompson is very, very injury prone. So I'm praying that, he's able to remain healthy and have a full season, trackies. And I can't wait to see the phenomenal times that he will be dropping on the world. All right, so trackies, sound off in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Kishane Thompson, do you think that Stephen Francis is about to create a masterpiece much, much better than Asafa Powell? With the information that we have currently available. And of course, like the videos, trackies, and subscribe. I will catch you all in a next one. Bye.